And what it says at the end of the article is, geologists especially.
Greetings, one and all. This is Tony in LPHQ East, about 4 miles away from where Jeremiah is currently standing at, as that archway says, Disney's Hollywood Studios. I remember when it said something else. What you got, Jeremiah?
We are here at Disney's Hollywood Studios just because.
Just because. We're just
Yeah, we
dropping
figure
in.
it's a beautiful Thursday. The weather here. Look at this. We're in Andy's room right now.
Almost, those are different cloud
Yeah.
patterns, but yeah.
This one is interesting though. These banners are pretty new.
Those are so I spend a lot of time in this courtyard lamenting. And those have been there for a little while, but yeah. I thought it was fun that at least it's animated and Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like Young Jedis. I think I've watched one episode of the Young Jedi Adventures, and it was cute, but definitely not, one of those things that I would be like, oh, I want to enjoy this.
Well, you also know how
But
that series is going to end, so
yeah, it's just they're gonna be on the platform, and all of a sudden you're just gonna hear the door open and see Anakin at the door, and then there you go.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we are
So
live. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, let us know. We're here just hanging out at Disney's Hollywood Studios this afternoon.
yeah, and we're in the animation courtyard, which is neither, I guess there is still some animation with the Disney Junior Dance Party, but kind of.
And then the marquee is missing for what was once called Voyage of the Little Mermaid. Now will be
Yep.
The Little Mermaid, A Musical Adventure.
Yeah, and this one,
and then
like,
you can see the
they
construction
really
walls
ripped
up
it
where the
out.
doors were. So, do you think the marquee will
Yeah.
move to over where those doors are?
No, I think they're going to keep this as the entrance.
Okay.
But yeah, this, like, because they still have the touch points and the counter and everything there, and they have the space. Not that there's ever been enough space in this area for the show to hold, but we'll see how it comes out. But they do still have the giant billboard that's been replaced multiple times since 2020 when it went down.
I feel like it comes and goes, but either way, it looks more and more faded. So
yeah, the fishes still look great. So we're looking forward to this when it does finally arrive later this year. This summer
is the timeline. Yeah.
I
it'll be a summer of entertainment because it'll be the villain show, it'll be the new nighttime parade, and it'll be that.
Yeah.
Disney's Starlight Dream the Night Away. Is that what the full title is for the nighttime parade?
I just call it Starlight because we're still so far out that, who knows if they're going to change the name before it opens, but I would love to take us into Walt Disney Presents. Definitely not One Man Stream.
Well, they are showing One Man Stream.
Yes, as soon as we take 2 feet stepped into that building, it's like, nope, you're done. Let's see, we've got Mufasa in theaters December 20th and the Oscars March 2nd. So they're really just
one of them
kind
is
of covering yeah.
KG Dino asks, when will something happen with the store, referring to the Little Mermaid one? Probably when Little Mermaid opens, if it opens at all. That would be my guess.
Well, the problem is they have the studio store that's in the back area next to Launch Bay that hasn't been used for anything other than photo ops for events. And then they have the in character, which is that little shop right next to the entrance that hasn't been used, period. Oh, look, Joy's out.
Fred says greetings to Fred. KJ Dino, I think, was talking about the animation courtyard area, or no, sorry, my apologies. This is my fave area leading into Toy Story Land. It's the best. Thank you for not going through Star Wars area. Oh, I'm sure we will. Don't
Oh, yeah,
worry.
no. See this nice dead end back here? We
No.
are turning around and going into Toy Story. Oh, look. Hang on, let's see if we can see Edna. There she is. Look at Edna. Look how amazing she looks.
Well, she said, go in there, Jeremiah."
Okay. Edna says I have to come in. Yes, my shirt is thanks to Roosevelt's. It is the Fantasia from the last drop. And if you are a Fantasia fan, there will be more Roosevelt's today at 4 o'clock. Of course, as soon as
Eastern.
I walk in, people start coming in. Hello.
Well, there's no
Okay.
lying.
Look,
Oh,
Edna
there
looks
she is.
amazing.
As
Edna,
always,
you are
darling.
live to however many people are watching this right now. So,
115.
yes, you look amazing. Look at this. Oh, I try to look stylish, but I don't wear any capes, so thank you. Hang
No
on.
capes.
Let's take a really weird picture. Tony, you're in this also, so
Okay, hooray.
thank you, Edna.
Good fun, darling.
Thank you, Edna.
You should have asked her what she thinks about the Endeavor suits, but that's fine.
That was I don't remember the last time I actually met a character live, and much less gone into a building to meet a character. But when
I just
Edna
like that there was
beckons
nobody
you,
there. Yeah, she beckoned you.
oh, I forgot all about this.
Oh, that's fun. I like those. I have not seen those yet.
Yes, and even the tables are Dream production. I can remember that being done not too long ago, but I also
Have
need to
you?
finish.
I was gonna say, have you watched it?
I watched the first two episodes
Okay.
at D23, but
Well, there's two more,
yeah,
and they should have been all put together as just a feature, not necessarily theatrical. I stand by. It didn't have to go to theaters, but it could have been a whole movie on its own. It didn't need to be episodic.
unlike Moana 2.
I was gonna say it's a reverse Moana 2. Moana 2,
Yeah.
you could tell is episodic, but when you watch it, the cuts are so awkward. It might as well have just Dream Productions. The cuts are so awkward, they might as well have just been a feature. And then Win or Lose coming out later this month. Very excited. I have not seen any of that, but if you were at D23, you probably saw one or two episodes.
I did not see that. I know that there was a panel in one of the rooms. I'm excited. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man new episodes
Yep.
dropped yesterday, which I enjoyed. Have you watched it all?
I have not, no. Excuse me, I'm
The
yawning.
the animation is fun, and it's a different universe than what the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we're
Yeah.
used to. So there are events that are the same, but with different characters. So it's fun to see something different, but yet familiar.
Nice. KJ Dino, or sorry, excuse me, Alexa Fitzgerald says Edna is my favorite. Edna's everybody's favorite. You know who my favorite in the Toy Story world is? That guy up top, right there, Rex.
Jesse? Oh.
Guy.
Let's see. We got Jesse and
When's
Woody
the last time you rode
meeting.
Slinky Dog Dash?
Last time I was here, and my goal was to ride it. It was
Okay.
down. So it's been a little bit. I want to say a couple months. I know I was on it with one of my friends that had never been on it, and I love going out with people that don't know because they're like, "Oh, it's a kiddie coaster," but this is a pretty good, intense kiddie coaster. a dual launch throws people.
One of which is partially backwards. Partially.
Yeah.
Partially.
They're still working on Woody's Lunchbox patio.
I feel like they've been working on Woody's Lunchbox patio for 3 years now.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what they're doing because it was never big enough, so they removed some of the smaller planters and the tables that were permanent. Oh man, sorry, I just looked down and the Green Army Men drummers are playing right in front of Alien Swirling Saucer, and I just see this mass of humanity that will be a challenge to get around it.
KJ Dino referring to the launches, you could feel it. I'm assuming that backward part, because you do go backwards a little bit. But
yeah, it's a pull toy.
Yep.
Um,
a lot of clapping. I was just talking with somebody recently about Block Party Bash and how good of a show / parade that was, and how the Green Army Men is somebody just said hello to you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Hang on, I'll focus on some really nice shirts over here. Everybody, show off your shirts.
Oh, nice.
Look at these Muppets. We've got sketches. We've got Star Wars.
Do we have to disclose all of these?
No.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Will you not have to disclose other people's shirts? I don't know their circumstance. But everybody is in town because MegaCon starts later today. And of course,
it's already 2:15 here on this side. What time does MegaCon start?
That's a good question because according to their schedule, things start at 2, but then nothing really starts at 2. It's not till 4.
Interesting.
Yeah, MegaCon. I've gone to conventions on both coasts, and MegaCon, to me, isn't really. It's not mega. It's a fun convention, but it's more walking the floor, the shopping. For me, convention is like San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con, where I'm in panels, I'm interacting, I'm learning things, I'm getting sneak peeks at stuff. MegaCon is a lot of people are here in town to buy some Roosevelt shirts.
MegaCon, I went in 2008, 9, somewhere in that era, and I remember it just being kind of low key compared to others, and now it is fully outgrown itself. So,
well, last year, time for MegaCon talk with Tony and Jeremiah. Last year, they changed what concourse they were in, so they had a smaller footprint, and it was nice because the floor, which was the main reason why I was there, was condensed. This year, they're in the South Concourse, which is the bigger side, and that usually ends up with a section of if you want to get a tattoo, they have a few of those, and the autograph section is pretty massive.
Now, it's my understanding that right kind of where you need to pass is going to be a shortcut to some Imagineering offices. Is that my understanding right?
Yes, you can take a shuttle from there to the Imagineering offices.
If you have the proper credentials, which is an
Yes.
employee of Walt Disney Imagineering, not so much the general public who's in the park.
Yeah, and I don't see D23 doing hey, here's an Imagineering day at Walt Disney World like they do in California. Here we have the Millennium
Do you say Falcon or Falcon?
Falcon.
Okay.
Oh, look. Vi is out.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen her in a while.
I have not. I saw it. Oh, Chewie's way over there in the corner. I just see a group of people over there, and then I saw either it's Chewie or somebody who is probably way too hot walking around right now.
Well, there's
Yep,
a
they did.
line, so
Yeah, they did the thing that was one of the original. This won't happen here. There's a queue to meet Chewie.
yeah. It's so funny how they always say stuff like that, and then nope, never mind.
Yeah,
And half the time it's because the audience expects or demands it. So,
yeah. No, I mean, you and I are both very familiar with Disneyland, where
yeah.
characters just roam and
Yep.
you catch them. Where here it's everybody has to have a queue, and if you're not
Yeah.
in line, you're
Or going back to your, I haven't been in a meet and greet inside. That doesn't happen much in California. I think the only one I could
no.
think of is the Tangled Courtyard area that used to be Carnation Cafe. Not
Well,
Carnation
and
Cafe.
also,
Sorry, the swing
uh,
dancing place.
yeah, no
Carnation
Carnation.
Plaza, Gardens.
Yeah, you forgot about the original meet and greet
Oh,
location.
Mickey's house. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they've even
we kind of
turned.
had that here, and then it was more of a circus tent, though.
Yeah,
Those are still there. See,
and Minnie meets in her house or garden. So
yeah. I've always found her in the gazebo. I've never seen her in the house. I've seen her on the porch of the house, but more often than not, I've seen her in the gazebo. Out in the backyard at Minnie's
yeah,
house in California.
really depends on how the weather is out there.
My favorite detail of Star Wars Land is to your right. Sorry, excuse me, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Just that it's a
Engine
pod
kicker.
racing engine. No, the pod racing engine
Yeah,
that hasn't steamed or fogged in I don't know how long that I've seen.
the last time I saw it do anything was when it was triggered um, for the Star Cruiser challenges that they had.
Oh,
But I
nice.
also haven't done the stuff on Play Disney here in a long time. So it could still work, but who knows?
Alex has a fun story. Yesterday at Batu West, there were kids debating with their parents what's different between East and West's setup. I know a lot of it's the color scheme. This one, ours is a lot of oranges and browns, and theirs has more of a bluish green tint, but also the orange and browns. The layout,
This,
I think, is a little different.
yeah, theirs is longer where ours does the U.
Okay.
That little structure with the seats, there is like a mushroom top.
Okay.
And this is, much more the straight shot because you come in right at the weird queue for Rise of the Resistance out there.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just does a straight shot. And then
Well, like
you
out
have
there, you'd be heading to Critter Country right now.
yes.
Yeah.
And they have they have 3 exits there where we only have the 2.
Well, one of ours also was the Star Cruiser. So.
Well, no, because theirs would be park wise, because they have 2 for Fantasyland and then the one for
Critter
what's
Country. I would say the 2 for Big Thunder Trail. They don't lead directly into Fantasyland, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's me or you, but we're getting a little bit stagnant video here.
And
There we go. We're better.
I don't know. I've been having a little bit of off and on with my signal, so we'll see how that goes. 60-minute wait for standby.
It's not bad.
Nope.
I remember you were my source of venting, among others, while I did the single rider experience on this attraction.
Yeah, I cannot bring myself to do the single rider.
Yeah, you'll skip the first 2 pre-shows.
Yeah.
And go directly into the Stormtrooper Bay. But then, yeah, you're breaking up real bad. Let's get you out of here.
So strange.
But I don't know if you can hear me at all. But yeah, it's. I'm not getting signals on my end, so it might be you. And now we're at least better here in Grand Avenue. So
Tony.
yeah, I'm here. Are you here? I got you. You're good.
That was so strange. Like,
Yep.
I mean,
Well, I blame all
you
that
know,
rebel interference.
yeah, the signals do, they're sending out all those rebel spy signals.
Some
Donald and
classic
Daisy
Donald and
meeting
Daisy
out
right
here.
there. That's fun. But yeah, no,
It's
going back to where we started breaking up real bad, that was the single rider. You do definitely skip the first two pre-shows and then go right into the Stormtrooper Bay.
Yeah.
And in my experience, I was surrounded by people who thought they could work the system by saying, "Oh, we didn't know we'd be split up," but there are multiple cast members along the way saying it,
Yep.
and that you have because you go behind the people going into the evacuation shuttle, so you hold up the whole window of opportunity to cross behind them each time, and it's awful.
So the last time I went, they had one of the rows when you go past the stormtroopers,
No.
where they had the two rows. They had one blocked off and it wasn't moving. That's what it was. And wow, that's worse than Rock and Roller Coaster. It seemed like it wasn't moving at all.
Oh, I'm sure. Now this caused quite a to do because right after D23, this area started seeing some. We're going to use quotes here. Work, as much as I think it's just they took a cover off of that structure right there. But yeah.
Yep. They took the cover off and they painted it blue. That is the only work that has been done to this entire area since everything was announced.
Cheerleader buyout of Mama Melrose's. That's fun.
Yeah. Which I've not eaten at Mama Melrose a lot, but I've never had a bad experience there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely going to do it one time coming up soon.
Yeah, it's the overlooked gem. I'm not gonna say underrated because it's about what you'd expect, but it's often overlooked.
Yeah, unlike Pizza Rizzo, which in my head is still one of the first times I ate there, and their meatball sub was amazing and everything was great. Where now it's like, yeah, it's rat pizza.
I feel like that happens a lot with pizza places at Disney.
Yeah. Yeah,
now
Muppet
it's no
Courtyard.
different now than it was Catalina Eddie's on Sunset that does the pizza.
Yeah, it's the old style. Grab a bunch of napkins, sop up the grease. June 7th, ladies and gentlemen, you have until June 7th to get out here and experience Muppet Vision 3D.
June 7th being the last day of the operation, so if you get there June 8th, it will be closed. And they still haven't announced. They've said they are working on a way to make sure it lives on, but they haven't announced what that would be just yet.
Yeah, everybody that keeps saying, "Oh, they're going to put it on Disney Plus," no, it's they could put the
Sweetums
movie
is going
on
to blow through your living room door.
Same with Bean and Statler and Waldorf aren't part of the film.
Yeah.
So, and the
Bean's
one that
part of the film and part of it, but eventually out in the crowd.
But nobody ever looks behind to see the Swedish chef, and yeah. So last week when we were doing some of the walk and talks, and the parks were just very crazy. Today has been very nice.
It looks tolerable.
Yeah, yesterday I was at Magic Kingdom and then Epcot, and both were pretty fine. Like Epcot, especially in the afternoon, evening when I ran over there, I was walking through Communicore Plaza and there wasn't anybody there. Yes, it could have been the musical choices. If you had questions, go check out our X from yesterday.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's finally slowed down some. And then Monday, if you're in town, you better either make your reservation for Magic Kingdom or avoid Magic Kingdom at all costs. 'Cause that's the Super
Elaborate.
Bowl parade.
Ah,
They
yes.
they announced today via
Yep.
somehow that the
It was
Super Bowl
Instagram.
parade was it okay.
Yep. In
Super
their
Bowl
story.
parade will be at Magic Kingdom, as we were discussing the other day, Kyle and I. If it's east of the Mississippi, the parade's usually here, and if it's west, it's usually in California. So I will be there enjoying whoever wins, and I can only hope and pray that it's a day like today where it's not too hot. I have been there on days where I've been freezing. I've been there on days where we've almost literally passed out in the heat. So somewhere in between would be nice.
Do you have any predictions?
No.
Okay.
I my friends are Eagles fans, so as I hear quite often, go Birds. Uh, you know, Taylor Swift, she's an amazing football player, so who knows?
I I have no predictions, but there was a snafu earlier, and I guess if you've looked up the Super Bowl LCX, whatever it is this year, LIX, whatever, uh, there's already a score up with the winner. So
Hey, there we
raised
go.
eyebrow. I will let you do that for yourself. It might be fixed, it might not, but it
Next
definitely was
Indy
there
is at
earlier.
3:15, so still lots of time for that. But I can only imagine at 3:15 when Indy is going and there's a Beauty and the Beast live on stage at the same time, how empty the park will feel at that point, like the
I'm
old
on my
days.
way.
That's why I am excited for Mermaid to come back because there were times where you'd get all three of those shows
Mhm.
and nobody would be in this park.
And an American Idol show too.
Yeah.
Although
Well, Frozen,
that's still frozen, yeah. So
yeah,
it's not empty.
nope. And Frozen sucks in a lot more people than American Idol did at the end.
I always learned just wait until the finale show because that's when the winners will be there.
Yeah.
So just go to that one.
No, I had a friend once that came out and auditioned and made it all the way to the final show. So I had
Did
to
they
see
get
that show
the
twice.
gold ticket?
They did not.
Okay, that's what astonished me about that whole idea of that show is like you really are asking people to dedicate their day
Yeah.
to and their parties to that show because you have to do the audition, then you go on the show, and then if you advance, you have to go back to the final show.
And then you have to do those stupid, I mean, silly videos.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a lot of. And I remember every time I'd go, it'd always be full of like theater camp drama kids. So
No, it was a fun experience. And again, just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it was more for the locals. And I think that's why it went the way of the dodo, not just because of yeah, people didn't want to do that anymore. Because
Fred
now if they
Ramirez
brought it back,
asking if is there one movie you want Disney to make? For me, it's a Mickey Mouse movie. They better make it happen for 2028. That's a specific year. Oh, the 100th. Um, I mean, no, I just don't want them to keep remaking their movies or making, the Rescuers 5. They'll run out of ideas soon. They'll get to Rescuers 5, trust me.
hey, I saw a still shot of the next Mickey Mouse movie, Steamboat Willie. He looked amazing in that in live action.
Just so you know, viewers out there, Jeremiah is referring to an unauthorized but open, copyright-free Steamboat Willie movie.
Yeah,
Now that he is
very
in the public
frightening.
domain.
But he can't wear gloves, or is that the?
Yeah, he can't have gloves because gloves came
Yeah.
later. But yeah. Or he
Oh,
could wear gloves, it just can't be the white ones with the three stripes.
I think we found everybody was in Beauty and the Beast, and Beauty and the Beast may have
Left.
just broke.
I'm very upset they took out the Pixar art on demand system out of that store on your left.
So the art on demand is now at the exit of Tower of Terror.
Oh, interesting. But does it
Yeah.
have the Pixar selections? You're gonna have to go in and show me.
I I will go over there and I will go in. Let's see if you know what our signal is. This is nice. They have the portion of Sunset Boulevard here roped off for the citizens of Holly. Oh,
That's funny. I was literally about to ask, like, what? Since when?
no, see, they're redoing the concrete here. But it is funny. Disneyland Paris got not only Main Street citizens, they also got Frontierland citizens
Interesting.
right about the time I left.
Their Frontierland though is like a full.
Yeah,
It has a full like mythology and everything too, though, so that works well.
yeah, and their Main Street is very much story Main Street, not Magic Kingdom only shops Main Street.
And we don't even have our. Do we have the Main Street Citizens in the morning anymore? I don't
No.
think we do. Yeah.
They went. They were gone with pandemic. Now at this point, we got Dapper Dan's.
A lot
Main
of
Street.
cheer groups I'm seeing today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheer and dance, which last week I want to say every hotel had cheer groups or dance groups in it. So I think now we're just going to see in the end of it.
Now Jeremiah's walking distinctly behind the VIP guide. That way everybody thinks he's somebody.
Yeah. Who's this guy walking behind the VIP guide with a gimbal in his hand? Dude, that's special.
I was at Animal Kingdom on Saturday, and there was a VIP guide with somebody who was filming, not with a gimbal, but with like a more professional camera. And I looked at their crowd, and it was some players from the 49ers. So
They don't have anything else to do.
look forward to that blog post in the near future.
Okay, so let's head into the exit of Tower of Terror, which currently is a 15-minute wait.
15? Oh, 50.
50.
50. Got it. Okay.
And for Tower of Terror, there are far too many strollers out here.
Yeah. So half
That's
that line, half that wait time's child swap. Then got it.
Yeah.
We were at Animal Kingdom on Saturday, and we did It's Tough to Be a Bug, and they kind of reworked the whole stroller parking over there too. So now they're all by the like Galapagos tortoises, and I was like, that's kind of problematic. But if they have that extended queue that's never used, might as well. But
Yeah, when I was there, the day it was announced, just happenstance, and went on it. And it was looking pretty good. I mean, Flick is still not, and I still have not gotten stung in the back, I think, in 3 visits. So yeah, here we go.
now go see if there's the Pixar option. Is it has to be because I have that Wally print above my bed. All right, good to know. Nothing new though. It looks like.
Underground.
Thrill.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Jeremiah and I shop live on
Yes.
Laughing Place live stream.
Hey, there have been times where the art on demand stuff has gotten us more traffic. I do love that they have the posters. Yeah.
I watched a ship tour of the Disney Dream now that's back from dry dock, and now the Disney Dream has an art on demand system. So they got smart and they're doing all the ship specific stuff.
Yeah, the one on the treasure.
Oh my god, half the treasure maps that are from the rooms I want. So
Yeah, that was one of the first things that I did when I was on there. I stopped and just took pictures of all the art on demand, and they have everything because it's all
And I was the
Oh,
one who posted it, and I went and bought a separate notebook just for accounting, so I could start managing that now before we go. Oh, yep, let's try it.
mm, a little warm. It has some flavor to it, so not high on the list. My favorite one here, I can already tell you, is the one that is in the Star Tours queue, the rock fountain that's been there forever. Because for
Okay.
some reason, it is always cold and good pressure. So
Zach points out all these are the prams of terror. That's funny.
well, now we're gonna head back down Sunset and then
Now
check
let's go
out
see
Hollywood
what's going
Boulevard
on
a bit.
by that villain show coming.
Here, so you really want to see some bushes.
And then have there any Muppet insignia? Because we don't have a closing date on Rock and Roller Coaster yet, do we?
No,
Yeah.
although I'm guessing, as much as I just want to see them keep everything straight as possible. Like keep everything, change out the poster, put in the art poster that they have, change the guitar, Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, and then everything up until the pre-show. And the pre-show needs to be the exact same word for word, but with the Muppets taking over. And like that would be the best thing they could possibly do. And then when you walk in, you know, they Muppetize everything from the pre-show on, but just keep it G-Force Records signing the Muppets. So
It would work, and that would also allow for a very quick turnaround. So,
yes.
if all of a sudden you're on that ride and you see curtains popping up throughout the hallways in the pre-show, they're already doing it. But
And was it you that said the picture of this needs to happen at the exit? They need to rename the exit photo area. Can you picture this?
I did
If
not
they
say
don't,
that, but yes, yeah. Can you picture that? Yeah.
so there you go.
And
Nothing at all.
Sunset Showcase has come full circle.
Yeah,
Once hosted
villains.
villains for a villains party, and now doing a villains show.
The villains party, that hard ticket was by far one of my all-time favorite things. Um, Sadly, that didn't stick around long at all. But go look at our YouTube. I believe I have some of the videos on there. Uh, just you got to meet Queen of Hearts, Maleficent, Cruella. Can't remember who the fourth one was. And then they did an amazing show. Had light dinner fare, drinks.
That was
I
what I
enjoyed
remember
me.
being the most appealing part about it was they gave you food.
Yeah. No, the show. Like the performer, the lead performer was somebody that was part of American Music Machine from
With Gloria
Epcot.
Estefan.
No, the Sound Machine.
Hold on, now I'm looking it up because I'm
This
curious.
was the a cappella group that was out on the American Gardens Theater for a few years. That to me is still the best piece of entertainment that they've ever done because it was just a cappella and it was the lead in to the band D Capella, which I don't know if they're technically still around or not, but every now and then something will pop up and
No,
they
I know
they
for a
did some
fact one
amazing
of them
covers.
branched off and did their own solo thing. So I don't know if he's still in Decapella or if that means Decapella's done. But he did his own solo thing. I don't remember his name
Yeah.
right now. And it's the Miami Sound Machine with Gloria Estefan.
Yeah. Yeah, D Capella, which was some of the people that were in the American Music Machine that we have videos up on our YouTube, definitely, because that was almost as bad as me and the Voice of Liberty, where it's like, hey, here's a video, let's put this up. Uh, so go check that
Well,
out.
awareness is key, so I'm glad you're there.
Yeah.
Secondly, Who was the pre-show for Beauty and the Beast live on stage? Was that they were like four for $1? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with one of my friends about they were like, you know what Phantasm needs is a pre-show. I'm like, you mean like bellhops and ladders and balancing and jokes? Yeah. That sadly was before the time I started videoing everything.
That was like when it first started too.
Yeah.
I over the past couple of years, I did a full one a while ago that ranked all things World of Color, and I updated it over the few years. But I put in the Carnival of Color, which was the World of Color pre-show, and finding any evidence of that was extraordinarily difficult, even though it was in 2010.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
where three of the Paint the Night puppets came from. Was the Carnival of Color?
oh yeah, that was the
Yeah,
opening.
yeah,
Yeah, because I was out there. I actually covered that for Attractions Magazine. That was started before I moved out here, and that opening was amazing. And seeing that full show,
yeah.
and then did you
With the Party
see?
Gras music.
Yeah, and during the day they had the Goofy conducting, which is
Yes.
now going to Paris.
Yeah, instant color, just add water, and it's
Yeah,
like that's the. I had to go back through my photos because I have a photo that's eerily similar to the one that they used for their concept art for that show in Paris.
yeah.
But yeah, it made me laugh.
No, the best thing out of World of Color, period. I know you'll was the Tron core. That was amazing.
That is definitely, I'm pretty sure my top three aspects of World of Color. But yes, yeah, I
I
love
mean,
the Tron Core was the best thing they did in terms of like the promotional
mhm.
add-ons. That was the best one, easy.
I enjoyed the original because I was there when they're doing the presentations of the story and how it all tied, and even when
Hmm.
Little Squirt was kind of still part of it. But at this point, World of Color one for me was, I don't want to say a waste of time to watch, but it was not something I ever needed to see after the first time I saw it.
I'll disagree with that one, but yeah, it's I had a lot of pacing issues that I don't think they ever worked out. And the transitions were clunky, but that's just
Well,
me being
and
overly critical.
the
Also,
we can't use the likeness, we don't to pay for it, and the Marvel and Star Wars segments were both just kind of like a what just happened.
yeah, the Marvel one definitely for sure is just thrown in because the idea is you're following one character who changed the world of their story. So with the Star Wars ones, at least you're following Luke Skywalker. That's why a lot of people are like, "What? No prequel love?" Yeah, because Luke Skywalker wasn't in the prequels. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's also how they fit. They were figured we could shoehorn in Grogu, but anyway, all these things that are at Disney's Hollywood Studios today,
Yes, but again, we were here just because, and we got
just
to see
because.
everything just because, and
Well,
now we
thanks for
come full circle.
full circle at the park that is absolutely not a circle. So thanks for joining us today. Uh, Tune in on Saturday where we'll be at Disney California Adventure with a Purpose, the 24th anniversary of Disneyland's second gate. Call it what you will, Disney's California Adventure or Disney California Adventure. We will be there. Later on that night on Saturday, we'll also have Disney Trivia Live hosted by Doobie and Gideon. The best way to get notified about all of our content like this is like, subscribe, ring that bell. Can't you move over to the right a little bit so that tree is not like dead center in the theater?
Now that there's a cloud, yes,
Okay.
because before I was like, this is just going to be sun. So here, I'll stand
Oh,
right behind the projector and be in
perfect.
the background
Remember,
of people's photos.
like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live like this. Also, for more access to more streams like this and more fun, be sure to become a member of the Laughing Place YouTube channel from Disney's Hollywood Studios in beautiful Lake Buena Vista, Florida. So long, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
And remember, Jeremiah's shirt was presented